appears motionless, a phenomenon she has never observed so close to the water, not in all the years she's been coming to Fortune's Rocks. Beyond the beach, the Atlantic lies as flat as a wrinkled sheet. In each tiny wave, Vivian takes hope. Let's get out of here, Dickie says. Where would we go? My house, he says. Now. You've never seen it, he says. There might be a breeze. Something of a breeze, anyway. Normally the place is crawling with workmen, but no one will be there now. We should say goodbye, Vivian says. Whose house is this? She glances into the sitting room of the shingled cottage. Near the French doors, a split cigarette is burning a notch in a mahogany desk. Another boy is crouched in the Persian rug. Ivan Thurston is blotto hanging over the arm of his silk settee. She might be sick. Someone ought to put her. In a corner, a sober quartet is playing around a bridge. Laughter, melodious and feminine, returns her attention to Lord Floyd Holmes, I think, Dickie says. I don't even know him. No, of course you don't. It is the 18th or 20th party Vivian has been to since arriving at the island. Some of the parties have been at the hotel itself, and others, such as this one, have been held at the cottages along the beach, and then have moved on to one of the grand houses around the point or to the country club nearer to the center of the village. The guest lists include nearly all of the same people. Cedric and I and his wife, Natalie, up from Raleigh, North Carolina. The brothers Chadbourne, Nat, and Hun, who invented a ball bearing that has made them millions. Cyril Whitmore, a radio actor whose mid-Atlantic accent is so pitch perfect it's impossible to tell which side of the ocean he's from. Dorothy Trapton, whom Vivian knows from Boston, and whom she avoids as best she can because Dorothy was present at a tennis match at which Vivian, thoroughly fed up with Teddy Rice's arrogance, threw a racket across the court and dinged Teddy on the ankle. And there's Harlan Quigley from New York, and Joshua Cutts, who lives here year-round, and Georgia Porter from Washington. Her father is a senator, a representative, and Arthur Willett, who is said to have millions from a diamond mine in South Africa. His wife Verna wears sapphires as a statement of independence. Honestly, if only they could all go naked, Vivian thinks. She has on the least amount of clothing she can possibly get away with, a meringue sundress with no back, and made of such thin, gauzy material that it's nearly indecent. Only two beige, gross gray ribbons keep it up, and still tiny rivulets of perspiration trickle from her neck to her breast. She has already run through all her dresses and will have to start again. Dickie, after an enigmatic absence of 2 weeks, about which he is so fair said little, showed up just the week before, announcing cheerfully that his engagement was broken. The announcement didn't surprise Vivian, since she and Dickie have been together almost every day since that first morning on the beach. But why they are together remains a mystery to her. They certainly don't love each other, and she isn't sure they even like each other very much. They quarrel occasionally when drunk, and once they argued publicly at a dinner party at the Nyes, an argument that ended when Vivian called him a lush and Dickie deliberately dropped his eyeball onto the tiles of the Nyes kitchen floor, head burnt crystal and all. Dickie was profusely apologetic within seconds of the stunt, but she sensed in both of them a certain pleasure in the event and in the way she thinks they are similar types. I'm not sure I like drinking as much when it's legal, Vivian says as they make their way around the back of the cottage to Dickie's car. Oh, not at all, Dickie says, not at all. Imagine being able to walk into a corner grocery store and buy a bottle of gin. It'll have all the glamour of, I don't know, moxie. It'll never happen, Vivian says. Dickie starts the engine of his new car, a particularly low tongue Packard. Vivian lays her head back against the seat. The rush of the air that the car produces is worth the trip. Don't stop, Vivian says. We could drive to Montreal, he says. He is joking, but the idea appeals to her nevertheless. She imagines the drive north through the night, slipping through the mountains, the air growing cooler and cooler, until finally And then they will be in Quebec and no one will speak English, and that in and of itself would be heaven. Dickie rounds the point and pulls up to a house clearly in mid-repair. It sits on a small bluff overlooking the ocean just at the juncture between the beach and the rocky point. Even before she emerges from the Packard, Vivian can see the water straight through the house's windows. Scaffolding and makes it hard to discern the contours of the building, but she likes the absence of landscaping. The dunes run right to the foundation. I hope you're not going to put in any lawn or anything, Vivian says. Haven't really got that far, Dickie says. Leave it wild, she says. Plant shrub roses if you must. Come see the inside, he says. When he opens the car door first, she takes his arm. Already she can feel a slight breeze. Her dress is an inch too long, and she snags the hem when they step up to a boardwalk that runs across what might normally be a front lawn. When was it built? She asks as she picks up her skirt. I'm gooding up dresses, by the way, she says. You look swell in pants, Dickie says. It was designed in 1899 for a doctor and his wife. But on the day they moved into it, she discovered that he'd been having an affair with a 15-year-old girl. A whopping big scandal. Well, for then, not sure anyone would care now. 15, asks Vivian, interrupting. Oh, people would care. He was run out of town, and his wife and children moved up to York, a writer, a poet. I think no one you've heard of, but the house, the song. He went broke almost immediately, and the house was abandoned for years. I've had heat put in, he glances at her, thinking of staying on a bit after the summer is over. Really, what for? Take my hand, Dickie says. Dangerous around here with all the unfinished woodwork. Last week a plumber stepped backward off the upstairs landing. The railing hasn't been installed yet. What happened to the plumber? He died, actually, Dickie says. Not right away, but after he got to the hospital. Internal injuries or something. Not sure I was ever told. What happened to the girl, the 15-year-old? I have no idea. Sad, Vivian says. Everything makes you sad, Dickie said. You're sounding kind of petulant tonight. Really, Viv, I don't think you give a Ross about what happened to some ruined 15-year-old girl in 1899, or to the plumber for that matter. She thinks a minute. I like to know the ends of stories, she says, and suddenly Vivian realizes what he and Dickie are together. He is the only person who makes her tell the truth. I like the house empty, Vivian says as they walk into what appears to be a front room. Sandy the dog greets Dickie with a series of backflips. Dickie, after advertising for Sandy's owner and receiving no response, seems more or less to have inherited the pet. It's too bad you have the furniture, Vivian says. The rooms are just right as they are. Won't put furniture in then, he says. That's settled. We'll eat on the floor. Vivian hears the wheat. She watches Dickie feel in his jacket pocket for a cigarette case. He takes one out and tamps it down. Not sure I've ever felt this way about anyone before.